Welcome to session 3 of your Let's Move journey. Today we are going to be focusing on adapting and tailoring exercise. It is important to be able to program exercise to suit your specific need. This will give you a sense of control and ownership over the workouts, help you work towards goals, monitor progress, and give you the skills to better manage your condition. To help us achieve these things, we can apply something called the FITT principle, which stands for frequency, intensity, time and type. So frequency, how often we undertake the exercise or the workout. Intensity, how hard we make the exercise. Time, how long we are exercising for. And type, the type of exercise or the component of fitness that we are taking part in. So for example, going from a more aerobic based activity to a more strength based focus exercise. If we get this right, we can support progression, alleviate boredom, avoid plateaus, and make exercise safe and fun for people of all abilities and levels. Right everybody, let's get warmed up. Welcome back, Mum.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Great.
All ready for some exercise?
Yes, raring to go.
Great stuff. Right, so let's get warmed up. Quick posture check. Shoulders back and down, chest out, chin up. If you're doing it from seated, shuffle to the front third of your chair. And just remember, if you're doing it from standing, you've got the chair for support if you do need it. But we're going to start off by getting into a nice steady march on the spot, okay? So a nice steady march, just lifting those knees up and fetching the feet off the floor. And then bit by bit, start to lift those knees a little bit higher so we can start to get some good movement through the hip and through the knee joint there. Any stiffness today, Mum, with your joints? Are they feeling okay?
Yeah, just a little bit of a stiff neck.
Stiff neck today?
Yes.
Right, well, we'll make sure we get that area warmed up for you.
Thank you.
And we can put those arms in as well, so a little bit of coordination. So put the arms in as well. And if you keep 90 degrees at the elbow, Mum, and take the elbows back, we can get some good movement through the shoulder.
Yeah.
And relax in there. Take it out into a toe tap. So taking the foot out into a toe tap, nice and stable. If you stood up, just remember you've got the chair if you need it. And that's it, yeah. Keep your chin up, Mum, because there's a tendency to always look forward down at the feet. And that will automatically alter your posture. So you'll automatically straight away put pressure through that spine and through your neck.
Yeah.
If your neck's a bit stiff now, it will be if you keep looking down towards the floor. And go into a heel dig. So dig those heels out in front. So bringing the toes back towards yourself. And remember all the time, up nice and tall. And back to a nice steady march. Nice steady march. And relaxing there, hands down by your side, Mum. Just take it into a few side bends, slow and controlled. Take one hand down towards the floor. Make sure you take your head with you. And then back up. One hand on top of the other. Okay, little rotate out. Look over your shoulder. Slowly back round. Turn out the other side. Little look over your shoulder. And back round. One more each side. Slight pause in the middle. And relax in there. One hand in front of the other. Take it out as far as you can go. Just pull those shoulder blades apart and just put your chin on your chest slightly. Good stretch, and then fetch those arms back in. Big roll of the shoulders up. Take them back, and we'll just finish off with the neck. Look to your left. Back to center. Look to your right. Back to center. Chin on your chest. And then a little look up. Don't take it too far back, just as far as you feel comfortable. And back to center. And relax, just shake everything off. Everything okay, Mum?
Yeah, thank you.
Great stuff. So we're gonna get into the first section of today's session, which is an exercise based around the shoulders. Right, Mum, first exercise, we are going out into a front raise with the arms, back down, and then taking it into a side raise with the palms facing the floor.
Right.
Okay, so we start with the palms facing back towards yourself. All the movements through the shoulder, so keep the body nice and still. When you're ready, off you go. So slow and controlled. Take it up as far as you feel comfortable. Slowly back down. And then take it into a side raise, palms facing the floor, and try and do your best to get up towards parallel to the floor, and then back down. What's this one like for your shoulder, Mum?
It's okay. It's testing it, which is probably what I need to do anyway.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And relax when you come back down. Right, the next one, I'm gonna challenge coordination a little bit. So we're mixing up the type of exercise slightly. We're going to go into single-sided. So this time, one side at a time, and then we'll come back down, work the left, and then we're gonna go out and work the right. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're just challenging a little bit of coordination this time. So when you're ready, off you go. And this'll get you thinking a little bit more. You'll have to really focus on that movement. And it's like I always say, if this doesn't work, then this doesn't work. So we've got to challenge those connections and keep them nice and strong. And relax in there. Right, the final exercise for this section, you've got the option of adding in some resistance, okay? So we can increase the intensity of the movement. So Mum, are you happy to use some resistance for this one?
Yes.
Yep, so you grab your tins of beans, I'm gonna use my bottles of water. We're going back to the first exercise, doing both at the same time. Now it is optional, you could do one at a time if you're not comfortable in doing both together. So when you're ready, off you go. So in regards to the FITT principle, we're now increasing the intensity. So we're changing the resistance that we're using. Rather than it just being body weight, we're using additional weight to load those muscles. It's a great way of increasing strength through that shoulder joint. And relax when you come back down. Excellent, great stuff. How did that feel, Mum?
Certainly challenges this shoulder.
Especially with the resistance. Great stuff, that's probably what it needs. So we're going to move on to the next set of exercises, which are going to focus on the lower back. Right, Mum, first exercise is a good morning.
Right.
So the movement, hands down by your side. We're going to hinge at the hips, take the hands down towards the floor, and then slow and controlled, come back up. You can use the chair for support if you need it, and take the hand down on a single side and back up, and then change halfway through after 20 seconds.
Okay.
So everybody ready? Off you go. And while you're going down into this movement, keep the legs nice and straight and really focus on keeping a nice long lengthened spine, okay? Keep your chin off your chest and lift the chest and lift the head slightly when you come back up. And you take it as far down as you feel comfortable or you're able to with your ability to remain stable and balanced. And remember, slow and controlled, don't weigh back up so you're not feeling dizzy. And relax when you come back up, Mum. So the next one, we can move this on a little bit by adding some resistance. Are you happy to add some resistance in, Mum?
Yeah.
And this is going to get the muscles in the back working a little bit more as we're coming back up into that seated and standing position, okay? So grab your resistance if you want some. If not, just complete the same exercise again. So when you're ready, off you go. So slow on your way down, legs nice and straight, nice and stable. As you come back up, lift your chest, lift the head slightly, and back down again. And again, take it down as far as you feel comfortable. And if you're using your chair for support, you might just use one resistance so you can stabilize off that other side. So you could be in here and down into that position there and back up. And relax, Mum, when you come back up. How did that feel? All right.
Okay.
So a little bit more challenging with the resistance because the muscles in the lower back are having to work even harder because we've got more weight coming up. But the movement it's like sitting up in bed. That's why they call it a good morning. It's a little bit like that movement there, but we're actually going down, if that makes sense. Right, next one, we're gonna put into a side bend. So hands down by your side, we're going down, we're gonna come back up, and we're gonna go side bend, side bend. So when you're ready, off you go. So we go down, as far as you feel comfortable, back up, side bend, side bend. Make sure you keep your bum on the chair, Mum, for that one. And remember with the side bends, take your head with you. And last one. And relax in there. Mum, can you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah? In the lower back?
Yeah.
Any issues?
No?
No? All
That's
good?
okay.
Yeah. Great stuff. So the next exercises that we're going to focus on is a squat sequence for the lower body. Right, first exercise, Mum. I'm going to do a sit to stand from the seated position. We have done this a couple of times on the program. Just make sure you're at the front third of your chair. Power on up into standing. You can use the arms of the chair if you need them, and a few pedals of the feet for circulation. Make sure you can feel the chair on the back of your legs, slow and controlled back in. Mum, from a standing position, standing squat, hips go back and down.
Right.
Okay, so when you're ready, off you go. So keep your chest up and your chin up all the time and let the movement happen through the hips and the knees. So feel the weight evenly distributed through both feet. And if you're doing your standing squat, just remember you've got the chair for support like my mum's using. And relax there. Everything okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Just a little bit hard to do these.
you don't, if you feel confident, you don't have to use the chair. You can, because sometimes the chair can get in the way. Just make sure you're stable and balanced. We're going to challenge that movement a little bit. If everyone's okay with that, we're going up, and then when we're in that standing position, we're going to go up onto a calf raise. We can go individual calf raise as well. So when you're ready, off you go. So we're going up, calf raise, nice and high up onto those toes, and then slow and controlled back down. So we're adding in a little bit of an extra move here. So we're changing the type of the exercise. We're starting to work the calf muscles, Mum. And if you think about when we do bend down, okay, and then we come up, we might be up on our tiptoes, trying to put something in the top cupboard. We might be reaching up in the garden just to clip the bushes.
Cleaning the windows.
Yeah, cleaning the windows. And relax, Mum, in there.
Yeah.
So, if you found your level and you're happy just with the calf raises, stick to the calf raises, but I'm just gonna move the exercise on to a high knee. So, this time when we come up, we're gonna go high knee, and then slow and controlled back in. Use the chair for support if you need it, or if you're doing sit to stand, you can hold on to something in front if you've got another chair, or you've got the dining room table, etc. So when you're ready, off you go. Now this is gonna challenge stability and balance, all right, at the hips. So in regards to the FITT principle, the type of the exercises and the type of the fitness component that we're working on is changing a little bit. So we've got a bit more balance and stability as a focus in this movement. And just bring the knee up as high as you feel comfortable to make sure you stay and remain stable. And relax. How are those, Mum?
They're okay. They are a bit harder than usual, but...
Quite challenging as well. Yeah. So they do challenge the brain as well.
And the coordination.
And the coordination to get those connections. But those are all important things as we grow old. So that concludes the squat sequence, Mum. We're now moving on to cardio. So this next section, Mum, cardio, we're focusing on heart and lungs, and we're going to make the exercises more continuous.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to start off with either a seated march, okay, or a standing march. Make sure you've got the arms and the legs moving, or you could just use one or the other. Okay, so when you're ready, off you go. So if you are seated, make sure you're off the backrest, shoulders back and down. And for both seated and standing, chest up, chin up, as if you were walking with a bit of confidence.
Are my arms okay?
Your arms look okay, 90 degrees. We've got some good movement at the shoulder, Mum.
Thank you.
So we're working the shoulders. Now, as you can see, we are doing opposite arms and legs. This can help to counterbalance you whilst you are doing this movement. And relax in there. All right?
Coordination shocking.
It is, but it's like what they say, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, okay? So we're going straight back into a march, but this time we're going to go from a normal hip width stance, and then we're going to take it out into a wide base march, and then a normal, and then back to wide. So when you're ready, off you go. So keep all those good teaching points. And we take the feet out as wide as you feel comfortable. And if your coordination were getting challenged before, Mum, it's certainly going to be getting challenged now. And we're just opening out those hips.
So if I feel I need to hold on the chair, is that okay?
Yep, yep. You don't have to use the arms on the march, as long as we've got the legs working, that'll be enough to get you out of breath. And relaxing there. Right, just a little bit of time to catch his breath if we can. And now we're going to move into high knees. So into a march, but we're starting to drive those knees up a little bit higher.
Right.
So when you're ready, off you go. And just work at your own pace. You don't have to follow my pace or my mum's pace. You pick the level. If you need to stop and slow it down, just slow it down. But the idea behind this is to just increase just that range of movement. And relaxing there. Starting to get you breathing?
Definitely. I'm glad I've got the chair there, just in case I lose a bit of balance, you know, when I'm
Great stuff. But
pedaling.
you can definitely feel it on the heart and lungs. Excellent.
Yeah.
So the next sequence of exercises is going to focus on core stability. So next exercise is going to be bird dog. I'm going to show you a seated alternative. My mum is going to do this one off the floor. If you're wanting to go down on the floor and you want a safe and effective way of managing that process, please refer to your getting started videos. From the all fours position that my mum's in, make sure your knees are underneath your hips and that your hands are underneath your shoulders. Try and look to keep the spine nice and lengthened and parallel to the floor. You're going to take the arms out individually to start. Slow and controlled, take them up as far as you can go, slowly back down, and the other one more. And then move on to the legs. So we're working on singles and we're trying to avoid much movement through the hips and through the shoulders. All the time, working and challenging those stabilizing muscles in and around your stomach. If you're doing it from a seated position, sit up nice and tall as you can be. We're lifting one leg off the floor, hold it for a couple of seconds and then back down. So when you're ready, off you go. So work within your own range of movement, as always. And we're really challenging stability and balance. So the bird dog positioning is really good for supporting posture, strengthening those muscles up. And if you've got any alignment issues as well, it can be really good for that. And relaxing there. Just relaxing there. Everything okay, Mum?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not easy to do though.
It's not easy to do.
No.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You all right
Yeah.
with me progressing it a little bit?
Yeah.
Next one that we're going to look at is alternates. So you're going to go alternate arm, alternate leg. Okay? So
Right.
slow and controlled, try and remain stable throughout. If you're doing seated, we're going up, opposite arm and opposite leg, and back down. So when you're ready, off you go. So we're trying to fight that movement that's wanting to happen through the hips, through the body, through the shoulders. Keep that movement to a minimum. And the legs and the arms are just upsetting that balance. They're challenging those muscles. And relax in there. Relax. All right, Mum?
Yes.
Yep. The last one. Now, if you found your limit already, don't worry about it. Just carry on at your own pace. Stick to what you've just done. But if you're ready for progressing it a little bit, we're gonna put in a static hold. So we take it up, we upset that balance, and we'll hold that position for up to 5 seconds and then slowly back down. So when you're ready, off you go. Alternates. It doesn't have to be 5 seconds, remember, it's up to 5 seconds. We're just starting to get those muscles working and challenge that stability and balance a little bit more. Last one. And relax. All good, Mum?
Yes.
You can relax now.
Good.
Great stuff. So that should have challenged the stomach a little bit more.
Yeah.
Excellent. That concludes today's workout looking at adaptation and tailoring. We're now going to move into a cool down. Right, Mum? That's the end of the session. The hard work is done.
Definitely.
So now we need to look at bringing the body back down to pre-exercise levels, best we can, okay?
Right.
So up as tall as you can be, make sure you're off your back rest. We're going to slide one foot out as far as we can take it, keep your foot flat on the floor. Chest out, chin up, flex at the hips and lean forward in, and feel that stretch in your calf muscle, so in the lower part of your leg. Just hold that position for around 15 to 20 seconds. And then slowly back up, slide the foot back in, and then take the other one out, and then we go again. Exactly the same. Take it as far as you feel comfortable. If you're feeling any pain in any of them joints, just make sure it's not above a level 4 on the pain scale. And slowly back up. Go back onto the original side, but this time bring the toes back towards yourself. Straighten the leg out as much as possible, but still with a soft knee. Chest out, chin up, lean forwards in again. And this time you're going to feel that stretch more into your hamstring, so more into the back of your thigh. Can you feel that one, Mum?
Yeah.
Good. I don't mean it good that you can feel it if it's causing you any pain, but it's a really good stretch.
Yeah, you can feel the stretch.
And slowly back up, change sides. Same again, chest out, chin up. And then slowly back up into there. The next one, we can put the hands in the small of your back and we open up the shoulders and we lift the chest for a chest stretch there, or we can grab the back of the chair like my mum is, and same again. So we take the shoulders back, open up the chest, and we feel that stretch all across the front. Okay? And just work within your own, I suppose, if you're feeling that pain and discomfort, just make sure that you're not overextending to the point where you can't tolerate the positioning. And relax in there. So big roll of the shoulders up, take them back and down, and then we're going to finish off by looking left, back to the front, looking right, and back to the front. Just shake everything off. So just a quick recap on today's session, looking at the FITT principle: frequency, how many times we do the exercise, the intensity. So how hard the exercise works. Just remember, we can play about with the speed of the exercise, we can slow it down, make it easier, we can speed it up, make it a little bit faster and a little bit more challenging. We can change the type of the exercise as well. Okay, so lots of different ways. Once we know the exercises, there's lots of things we can do to start tailoring and adapting those exercises to suit. Have you enjoyed it, Mum?
Yes.
Yeah, great stuff. Just remember to stick around, because coming up is your weekly activity dose. Hi, and welcome to your weekly activity dose, Before we get started, quick recap on last time around where we asked you to look at the foundational movements of exercise and link them to activities of daily living. We hope you found this process beneficial to yourself to give you the knowledge and understanding of how those movements can better support you to undertake daily tasks. This week, we would like you to pick a distance from A to B that you can comfortably complete without stopping. This could be a walk around your local park, it could be a walk to the bottom of your garden, it could even be a walk from one end of the house to the other. We would then like you to see how many times you can complete the distance from A to B in 6 minutes and record the result in your activity tracker. Just remember, you can stop as many times as you like throughout the 6 minutes. And if you do, within your activity tracker, log the number of times that you stopped and the reasons for stopping. As when we go back and look at it further on in the program, this will be useful information to look back at. Let us know how you've been getting on through all our social media channels, and we cannot wait to hear what you've been getting up to, and we will see you all next session.